Alright, so searching. Day one. As I said, I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't really know where to start. So I figured this is a good place as any, Caesar Creek, since he and this place have a bit of a history. Maybe I'll get lucky. Gotta start somewhere, right? Exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes geez. Allergies. Coughing's new. Usually I just get a runny nose, which is also happening right now. Kind of wish I hadn't noticed that. God, jeez. Thanks a lot, trees. No. No, I think it's a leaf. Nothing more disappointing than thinking there's a squirrel and then it's a leaf. Oh well. That was me stepping on a leaf. A little jumpy. $15. Oh, it's just a number for whatever. Scenic overlook of Horseshoe Falls. Won't zoom in because there's a guy down there and I don't want to get arrested or something if somebody thinks I'm being a creeper. Promise I'm not. I'm just a normal person out looking for a faceless creature in the woods with a camera. Maybe I should just say I'm making a movie. That would be better. Well, tally-ho! What can I say about the tree man? Well, did you know there are 16 recorded accounts of encounters with the creature during the flood? Not talking about after, just during the flood. It's never been the activity involving him has never peaked that much again since, but during the flood, it's a pretty common thing. Another fun fact, he varies in appearance. Although he always appears faceless and wearing a suit, there are mixed reports as to his height, and sometimes he's said to have tentacles sprouting from his back, sometimes branch type shape things, like tentacles, but more rigid and branchy, but still just black. Sometimes he has a black tie, sometimes a red tie. Did I say height? Because he varies in height. Sometimes where its feet should be, or tangled roots. And this is all if you believe the stories. But yeah, there's definitely some inconsistency. And it's hard to say whether that's a result of it being folklore or the property of whatever he is. Kind of hoping it's the former. So, thought about something to talk about. Another story I read about the tree man online, so not quite as reliable as a first-hand account, but I have my sources, and this is a pretty reputable one. Back in the early 70s, I think it was 73, in a small town south of Dayton, well, a little southwest, there was a string of child kidnappings, which on the surface, of course, just sounds like nothing out of the usual. Unfortunately, it happens. But it gets a bit weird. See, there were 7 children kidnapped in this little town over about a 3-day period, 3 or 4 days. It's been a bit since I read it. I just now thought about using this. I heard something. Getting jumpy. Anyway, so this town, 7 kids kidnapped over about 3 to 4 days, which seems unlikely, of course, but still, maybe it's just a very effective criminal, he's good at what he does. But then it gets a little weirder. You see, it wasn't like a kidnapping at a school or something. These kids were all taken from different parts of the town. Their home, the park, etc. What really gets weird is 2 of them were taken within 2 minutes of each other across town. So obviously then you start to suspect maybe this is more than a one-person job. Maybe there were multiple criminals involved kidnapping these children. Well, it gets weirder. See, this lady, I can't remember her name, but she was out with her young son. He was 5 or something. They were out at the public park. You know, he was playing on the swings. Anyway, he was playing on the swings. And she looks away for a second, looks back, and he's gone. The swing still moving. No one else in the park. She has a clear line of sight. No idea what happened. But it gets weirder. And this is where it's pretty much a confirmation of exactly who did this. And that's the final kid to be abducted. Anyway, the final kid to be abducted, a kid named Jim Wright, 7 years old, walking around the block with his dad, and he stopped. I swear I keep hearing, not the plane, but I keep hearing something else. Anyway, he stopped. His dad looked down to see what was going on, and his kid was pointing off to the left. His dad looked up, and next thing he knew, he was waking up on the pavement with EMTs and concerned neighbors around him, and his son wasn't anywhere around. He started shouting for his son. They said he was alone. I was explaining, you know, his son wasn't there when they found him. So the last thing he saw before he blacked out, the dad, was a face. Heck is, they left a letter. What? I just went past, but I don't think he could have left this because he's been behind me for a while. Here.